Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is Cory Dean here, back with Bloodborne Part 5. Oh, man. So, we've officially broken my very short record, by quite a bit already, I'm sure, in time, but, this is definitely by far the longest, live stream I've ever been or done so far since I've been streaming on YouTube, or since Transatlantic Gaming, the channel itself has existed. Although that's just in the amount of parts that I've done for a game. In terms of the amount of actual time, I'm sure it's a lot more. And it doesn't really surprise me, considering that this is Bloodborne, and as I've said before, I'm such a fucking fanboy of FromSoft. But in any case, yeah, we're here with Part 5. Just so you guys know, full disclosure of everything that I'm planning. I actually was considering not doing a stream today, because we've made quite a bit of progress. I've actually been pushing through the game at a pretty good pace so far, but the opportunity is here tonight. I figured I might as well do one tonight. But the thing is, as I mentioned at the end of the last stream, there's not going to be a major boss for a while, and there's really not going to be anything other than the exploration of some of the more shorter side areas that have more like side questy sort of items and equipment, and some lore and things like that in them. So this particular episode today, I'm going to focus on kind of wrapping those things up, as well as going to some of the areas that we haven't been able to make it to yet, just to kind of open them up. And I'm gonna try to make it so that I'm not gonna do one big huge live stream today, because there's no real end goal for how much progress I'm gonna make today. It's just sort of tying up loose ends and getting some items and finishing up some things that I could have finished up. And the other reason is to have some time to finally get back on to some of the other games I've been talking about, mostly some of the fighting games I've been wanting to get back to. Alright. In particular, two things. Firstly, Gundam Versus, which I mentioned yesterday. It's really important that I get to Gundam Versus soon. I'd really like to get on that. But the other one is actually the new Under Night, because I actually played with an old buddy of mine today, and I'm not gonna say anything else other than that. But he put some he expressed some interest in taking part in a live stream for the channel, and I had some great matches in Under Night with him. So hopefully I'd like to start Under Night live stream as well soon. But anyway, that's for the next few days. I just wanted to point that out, that I probably won't be doing Bloodborne for the next day or two, but I will be back on it sort of early to mid next week, so around Tuesday, Wednesday at the absolute latest. It's probably looking more like Tuesday, but we'll see how everything goes. But in any case, so let's get started with tonight. Now, last we left, all I did was take care of some level ups and some fortification. In fact, I didn't even get more items. But Gehrman is back here now. Gehrman, in the early game, he usually pops back up when something, some kind of dialogue is there that's important. So this is one of those instances.
And the black ministers who belong to it were once guardians of the hunters in the times of the hunter Ludwig. They worked and forged weapons in their unique workshop. Today, most ministers don't recall the hunters, but they have much to offer you. And so, heed the message of your forebears. Ascend to Earth.
Let's see if there's...
From there, you will find the church workshop.
Okay. All right. Now you remember how I mentioned in the last, or I can't remember if it was the last one, but it was one of the last sessions I had, that there were between the faction of hunters and the healing church, there were eventually church hunters. The differences between them will start to become apparent as we move forward from here. But I needed to get that dialogue to get an opening into one of the next areas. But first, I need to pay a visit to an old friend. Let's go back to Central Yharnam. Now there's a few things I'm going to finish up when I go through here. Shouldn't take too long, but these are all some pretty interesting developments. So. And I just really like this guy too. I'm sure you guys will all remember old Gilbert. Pretty much the first guy that helped us on our quest. Hang on just a second. I'm sorry. The balance on this looks like it's a little high. Let me see. Down. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's see what is going on with Gilbert. Doesn't sound very good at all.
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I did this,
The weapon.
I make no use of it, but perhaps you. It is incurable, but this time gave me hope. There's strange blood-bought time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human. Don't you worry about me.
So, it sounds like he's accepted the fact that he's going to die at this point, and that even though coming to Yharnam didn't save him, he's content with the fact that his last few days alive were spent as a human, and that even though he couldn't really be cured from this town because the disease was incurable, he still managed to find hope within Yharnam. Now, there's of course going to be more to the end of his story. Not quite done yet, but it is. it is interesting to hear him talk about these kinds of things. You know what? I'm gonna bust that rifle spear. I don't really need to go here, but just gonna kill some enemies for now. And come on, dude. So now we're gonna move. This direction. There's just a couple more things I'm gonna do while I'm in this area. One of them is that it's about that little girl. I'm sure a lot of you probably wondered what's going on, especially since the old lady came to Odin Chapel. So what happened to the little girl? Why isn't she in Odin Chapel? So we're gonna go look for her real quick. Here they come. Come on, light the ball. There it is. Close. Actually, just barely got that off in time. Oh, look, another son of a bitch is over here. He wants to have fun. Wow. Look how much... That was what I was talking about in the last episode. This weapon covers so much ground, it's ridiculous. Let's see if I can use it to actually pull off a parry. I haven't used it in a while. It works, like I said, just like the shotgun, but as far as like the way the spread fires, and oh, I didn't even show you that new weapon either, the flame. Oh, I just missed it. Well, I got the parry off. There we go. That charging attack is the hardest one from these enemies to actually parry because it's the timing's kind of strange, but anyway. Let's see if I can get up here. Wow! So look at that, it's insane. I love it. It just looks cool too when it's in that form. Anyway. So I'm gonna make one more stop down this way because remember correctly, this son of a bitch over here. Man, that was close. Proctor exam, bitch. Alright, now he dropped an item, and this is what gets me every time. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's red messenger ribbon. There it is. I forgot those were two different item drops. Now, might be confused as to what that is. So I'll show you right now. This is always just really depressing. So the messengers are the, you know, the little ghoulish guys in the lamps and stuff, but, so display. An accessory adored by naive messengers, imitating the bandages of scourge victims, unaware of their meaning. The splatters of blood give it a particularly nice touch. The inhabitants of the stump appear to have an interest in adornment. Why not let them be happy and revel as babes? Now this one is an interesting one because I can't even remember where we got the head bandage. But the head bandage, it came from somewhere. It must have come in the last episode at some point, somewhere in the Old Yharnam, I would imagine. But anyway, this is the one we just found right here, the red messenger ribbon. Red ribbon that messengers are oddly fond of. The thick, pungent red was drawn from the organs of some unfortunate victim. A strange choice indeed, but perhaps for the messengers, wearing this accessory constitutes a form of mourning. Now, it's not as apparent on this one, but depending on which choices you make, it kind of gets easier to understand. The girl that we sent to the chapel, she was trying to get there. She took the route through the sewers, and this is her garments. She was eaten by the pig. She was trying to follow your advice and make it to the chapel, and she was killed along the way. And now both of her parents, her father turned into a beast and killed her mother, and then she lost her life while trying to get to refuge. And out of everything I've ever seen in this game, even looking up different guides and strategies, I've never been able to find one answer to how you can get that girl to make it to safety. There are alternate choices you can make. There are other decisions you can make, like holding off before telling her, or you can tell her that her mother did die, but they all basically end with the same result. She doesn't make it. I still haven't been able to find a way to do that. So, I don't know if it was ever changed or patched in, but I still haven't been able to figure it out. I usually skip most of that entirely, but I wanted to show you guys the events of the side quest and get that item to commemorate the little girl this time anyway. Come on, boy. Now, here's one last order of business. This is the last thing I can do for now in Central Yharnam. Should be here by now. I think it's here by now. Oh, here, let me equip that other item too. So this is the Arcana? Yeah. I can't equip it. Flame Sprayer. Very interesting weapon. It just shoots out a continuous blast of fire, which works good against beasts, of course, but no, it's a very unusual weapon. So, is he here? Oh, you know what? I might have to come from the other direction. Yeah, I might have to do this later, actually, because I forgot. Yeah, I have to come from Odin Chapel. Okay, well, this one, not much of a spoiler, but there is going to be somebody here that I'm going to have to meet, but I have to come from the other direction, so we'll do that as soon as we get done here. It's going to go back to the dream and take care of a couple things because I didn't buy any items, and I'll show you what you can do with these adornments, the messenger adornments. you've probably seen them before if you've seen images from Bloodborne. You can basically dress the messengers up. It's strange. I can't for the life of me remember where I got the bandages one from. If anyone has played this game and remembers where that comes from, please let me know in the comments or something, because I honestly cannot remember where the hell that came from. Anyway, what do we have in terms of... I do have enough to make this +3, but I don't really want to yet, because there's going to be better weapons coming up soon, and I'd rather not waste the... to be honest, right now, I'm going to be using the threaded cane and the rifle spear for a while. I'm not going to be changing them out probably anytime soon. So, anyway, this area, we haven't been here yet, but this is the area where the messengers come to be stump messengers. They give accessories. So I can give them the bloody messenger bandage or the red messenger ribbon. I'm gonna give them the... Well, we'll put the ribbon on first and see what this looks like. So there, now they're wearing the bow for the little girl. But the bloody messenger bandages, this one I've always really liked, if I remember. Yeah, I like the, I always like the look. It's like, actually makes them kind of look like they are patients in a hospital somewhere that's got some very bad service, but still some patients of a hospital. But anyway, so that's the adornment you can give them. There's other ones. There's a top hat, and there's some ones that look pretty interesting. But occasionally you can find Gearman back here, but not today, it looks like. So now I'm gonna go get some some items. I was thinking about starting a Chalice dungeon, but I don't think now's the best time to do that. So, in the meantime, let me see. As I mentioned before, Ritual Blood. I have 2 already. That's a... ooh, I could get the axe. No, I need to save for the repeater pistol. Oh, it's so damn expensive, though, man. Jeez. Let's get at least a couple of these, though. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get 5 at least. There we go. Okay. And I think that will do for now. Okay. Alright. Now, anyway, I'll show you what it looks like, though. So here's where we, oh, that's for the short root chalice. We don't have a short root chalice. That's, a special type of Chalice dungeon where it's more like a, I think that's where you join other people's Chalice dungeons, but I don't usually use the short route Chalice, so I'm not really sure, but anyway. So here's where we can use the Chalice ritual. What we need to open the first one is the Temeru Chalice. The Temeru Chalice. I always have a... That name is very strange, but the Temerians and their civilization is very central to a lot of the late game revelations for the plot points. The Temerian chalices are some of the first chalices you find, and they lead to the as you see, the number 1 right there. That's the level of dungeon you're going into. Then there is the Hintertomb Chalice, the Loran Chalice, and the East Chalice. And each one goes down to a different depth. So to start this one, we have to have 1,000 blood echoes and 2 level 1 ritual blood. We have both of those. But, yeah, like I said, I don't really want to get started on that quite yet. That's going to be for a time where we can have a little more time to mess around. So, in any case, let's head on back to the Cathedral Ward. We can finally do some more investigations here. And I'll show you something. Well, the most interesting part of the start of this area is that there's going to be a change here. Now, that's an interesting item description to come up right there. The black church garb, the church garb that different healing church members wear. Some of it is church hunter's attire. Some of it is just healing church attire. But in general, when you hear descriptions of the healing church and the members of the healing church, it gives quite a bit of insight into the way, or their interaction with the population of Yharnam and what they're thought of.
Oh, the hunter. Alive and well, are ya? This here's a safe place. Stay as long as you like. But next time you're out on a hunt, remember what I asked. If you find any sane survivors, tell them to seek shelter at Erdon Chapel. Because there's nothing to fear here.
I love how they did this because it is such a confusing statement when you hear that. It's almost like he sounds like he's sincere, but is he really sincere? So here's what's changed here. This is why I needed to talk to Gurman. You might be wondering why that opened this door. Well, you'll see in a minute, but anyway, real quick, back to this guy. You know, they make that dialogue kind of seem like, oh, there's nothing to fear here. Almost like, you know, you think you don't trust anybody in this game. How can you trust this guy? But spoiler alert for anyone interested. I'll give you just a second to skip ahead a little bit. Just gonna take a second. He's not any threat to anyone. He's actually completely genuine. He will not harm anyone that comes to the chapel, and in fact, he does want them to all live. So, so yeah, that's something that you know, it's hard to gather from the dialogue. But I remember that guy was there. I didn't remember he started shooting before you even got into the room. So now the old guys with their wheelchairs have these big machine guns attached to the damn things. But you notice it's interesting. You walk into that room and you see this chest ahead, and you're probably not gonna think too much about running in. Now pay attention to the ceiling here. Now look at what's hanging from the ceiling. Look at these items here. They look like your weapons, don't they? This is a very interesting area. Ooh, there's our first rune. The communion rune. I'll explain those in just a little bit. But first, let's get to our destination, which is actually here. And dash. Oh, whoops. The Healing Church Workshop. So as opposed to the Hunter's Workshop, this workshop is specifically for the Healing Church Hunters. Sort of strange considering, but So we've got the rifleman over there in the corner. Get this out because it's a little bit faster. There's another one right by the door here. I love that. Hiding. Come on, get out of here. I'm kind of cheesing it, I know, but doing this on purpose because shooting. This. Oh yeah, look at that. Double kill. Beautiful. So, this part of the workshop is obviously not really safe anymore. It's still in the Cathedral Ward, but it's abandoned, obviously. But you can see all the weapons for hunters still hung up here. So, this was definitely a place where hunters were sort of, you know, trained, equipped, and essentially what the hell? Huh. I don't remember that voice being so distinct, but anyway, this area is not very long, but there is some important stuff here, so now we've got one more area that's a pain in the ass right here. Now, where is he? There's the guy with the... That's who we were worried about. Get rid of that guy's cooking pot. Whoa, you son of a bitch. Come on. There you go, come on. Okay. Now, this guy was the one I was worried about, this damn gunner here. Oh, there may be... Oh, wow, cool, I got him to... No, come back! Make things so much easier. Sweet. There we go. I was gonna say, that make things so much easier if you come in here. There may be one other one, actually. I don't want to get too excited yet, but that's it's a big problem that I just got to take care of fairly easily, so... Oh, here's our gunners. There we go. Get them out of there. All right. Yeah, that's right. Now I remember. They really do a good job with the sound effects in this area. I think Cold Blood's level 6. Anyway, I don't think there's anything well, I know there's not much farther we can go, but let me just see what it says when we get up to this level, because there is a this building right here that we're ascending is sort of like it's not the central point for Cathedral Ward, but it is. Oh, there is a note here. Okay, that's good to know. It's not the central point, but it is a very important building. It's the building that links all the levels of Cathedral Ward. All the way from the lowest levels, which are sort of like the town and residential areas, all the way up to the top level, which is the choir, which, ironically, we just said here, the sky and the cosmos are one. The choir. The choir is, in essence, it is the highest level of the healing church. It is the is reserved for the most devoted and skilled members of the healing church to be a part of. So this one has it. Oh. Oh, there's another one. Oh, and he's in the wheelchair. Oh, whoops. Like that. You see they're wearing like plague doctor masks. I didn't actually notice that about these before, but it sort of becomes more commonplace after all, as you know, there's disease obviously in the streets here, but I don't remember them being on the old guys in the wheelchairs. That was not something I remembered very well. So anyway, let's see this one. The Radiant Sword Hunter badge. I'm glad I came up here. This one's really important. This one is a badge of recognition for church hunters. So a lot of church hunter weaponry becomes available now. Not the most, you know, not their best stuff, but some really good stuff. Let's check the inventory real quick. Badges crafted by the Healing Church. The Radiant Sword indicates the heirs to the will of Ludwig. These hunters, also known as Holy Blades, are what remains of an ancient line of heroes that date back to a very early age of honor and chivalry. So, you're going to see the name Ludwig pop up more and more when you hear about the church hunters. Ludwig was essentially the first church hunter. He founded the sect of hunters that were working directly for the Healing Church, as opposed to hunters who were their own independent body. And then the church hunters, which were formed, that became the hell was that? I have no idea why they're all discussing. Echoes. Get some more echoes like this. Anyway, I don't think I'll be able to open this yet. Yeah. This is the door to the choir. We won't be able to get there till much, much later. But for now, the more important thing is this is a major revelation, which is that this is the workshop where the church hunters actually were, you know, doing their recruiting and preparing for their fight against the beasts. The church hunters, obviously, compared to the other hunters, the you know, the hunters that existed before the church hunters. Now, they share a lot of similarities, but there's also some big differences in the way they handled things, because the church hunters, you know, they're doing it for the healing church, with the approval of the healing church, with the you know, all the requirements that go along with being affiliated with the healing church, whereas the hunters who existed before that, they, as I said, were an independent body that existed purely for the purpose of keeping Yharnam safe. But as the healing church grew in power, which became a... Ooh, I'm not going to be able to catch him, I don't think. Yeah, no, I can't. He fell off the side. So, yeah. Got the echoes, but I didn't get the item. That's why it's so hard. When you chase those things, it's really difficult when they're close to a ledge. But anyway, so yeah, as the healing church began to get more and more influence because of their blood, which was healing the population, people started to trust them far more than the hunters, and so it became a situation where it was obvious that the church hunters were going to be preferred over the regular hunters. So while the regular hunters still existed, the church hunters were sort of beginning to drive them into more obscurity. Now, this this section of the tower, at the bottom, we're basically getting an opening to get to where we need to go, but there is one other destination. Now, we don't have to get to it now, but I really like it, so I'm going to try and do it, but if I get to a point where it's too risky, I can't remember exactly how I'm supposed to do it, I'll just take whatever route is safest, because right now I'm just trying to make sure that I can make it safely to where I'm going. But there's a lot of secrets that are sort of hidden in this area. Anyway, let's see. Well, this is actually, on top of all that, there's a bunch of items here which are really important, and I don't want to miss those either. So, let's see. If I remember correctly, that's the door that leads to the other area that I was just mentioning, but the problem is that from this angle, there's an item right over here. I'd really like to get it, but actually, I think I can get it if I land on this beam. There. Okay, that's good. Now, I can make it over to the... Oh, wait a minute. That's not the one we take. Now, if you try to jump from that one, you die. Oh, that's right. You have to land on that beam. Oh, I remember what... Yeah, I remember what you're supposed to do. that beam is the key, the one right ahead of us that I'm kind of looking at. It's in the center of the screen right now, the one with the ropes above it. That's the one that can get you safely to that door. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it because I'm going to need to have, unless I can, does this go? Oh no, it doesn't. And I don't want to fall. Or maybe it probably would if I sprinted or rolled. But do I want to try doing, nah, I'm not doing that now. Let's get this item. We'll come back for that later. To be honest, I don't even remember what this is. Let's get this. Oh, that's the messenger top hat. I was just talking about this. Oh, Lord, isn't that funny when... That happens to me a lot when I'm talking about something. It's like, you can actually get this, and then just a few minutes later, I find exactly what it was that I was talking about. Anyway, we'll have to come back to get back into that door, because that door is, oh, but look, we can get another item here from this direction. You know, we might be able to jump that, actually. I wonder if you could jump that. I'm not going to try it. Not this time. Not this time. I'll come back and get it later, because I really want to make sure I open this up. So, in the meantime... Oh, there's some more Madman's knowledge. That's nice. So, there's another plank, but I think, I hope, let's see, about how far down is that? There's no way I can make that jump. That's way too far. And the one that's over there, that one's not too far, but it's not much higher than this one. I might as well just drop to... I think we'll survive. For what? You didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, sweet, okay. That was only about half health, so cool, we're still good. Now that's a very interesting monster that's right there. Oh, whoops, I used the wrong item. I made blood bullets. There we go. Should be sorry that you distracted me and made me make blood bullets. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's not your fault. So yeah, that door up there, that's the one that we want to get to next time we come down here. But for now... we're just going to... Is there any other items that are important? I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and drop down to this. And then deal with this son of a bitch. It's the first time a beast has used magic. Whoa. Man, he healed too. Or, I mean, we need to heal. Whoa. No. Man, I don't remember this guy being that hard. Whoa, hey there. I seriously don't remember this. Man, he's tearing me up. Oh, jeez. What's going on here? Oh, Jesus. I seriously do not remember this at all, man. What is going on here? This guy's just wrecking my ass. Wow. I don't care what you do. You're not killing me. No, no, not again. No, you... I don't believe this. Wow. This son of a bitch. I am really off my game today. I got hit with every single thing that dude threw at me. Oh, Lord. Whew, man. Maybe I should have just said screw it today. I'm honestly not. I am not playing well today at all. Whew, man. Well, give it another try. Man, that's pathetic. Ugh, jeez. That was just absolutely just terrible. That was the worst I've done in this game so far. Man. Alright. Man, I'm depressed with myself. It's one of those things where, you know, I knew I wasn't feeling it today. I probably shouldn't have just jumped in for no... There I am, I'm gonna get hit again. You know. The good news is I don't have to deal with this tower all over again, though. All I gotta do is... Whatever you do, don't fall off, though. Whoa, whoops, now I'm gonna get hit by a bunch of enemies, though. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. There we go. Damn it, I missed that again. Okay. Man, I can't believe that I did that bad. That was just... Man. That's depressing, man. Jeez. That's right. I remember how you get to the other side. I think you gotta get to this one. Is there a way to fall on it from here? Something about me, I never learn when enough is enough, and I keep always wanting to do the hard shit no matter what. Yeah, it looks like I could just jump over to that one. You know, I'd really actually like to get to it. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, but then I'm gonna lose all my echoes. You know what? I don't know. Let's see. I didn't lose that many echoes. Let's see. So we're gonna have to get a jump over to that platform. Oh, wait, way too far. Can I just drop down? Nope, can't just drop down. Yeah, there goes that. Jeez. Wow. Wow, I'm really not on the game today. Oh, Lord. I really shouldn't have streamed today. This was a bad idea. I just thought, if I make this one last push, I'll be ready to stream the next time, and I will be, but it's just... I should have already been done. I should have already finished what I was trying to do here. This is just a bad session all around. Alright. Well, I just lost about 3,000 blood echoes. Over 3,000 blood echoes, excuse me. Oh, man. But I forgot, I think that I just passed a secret exit there, which... that later. Get around the coffin. At least I'm getting plenty of quicksilver bullets. Land on the rock. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Not for any good reason, just to save the little bit of health I would lose from falling. Okay, there's that. Now, let's see. Now, falling from here to that one is way too far, but is there any other platform that you can make it to that? I mean, that's the best one, is this one right here. It's... but it's... okay, well, platform there, that platform there. Can you make it to that platform from there? Well, that was where I dropped down before. Let's do the easy way. Now, I know you can't make it from there. You have to land on that platform right there. But how you get to that platform right there, that's another story. Because I think I just screwed my chances to make it to that platform. Unless I could make that jump. That might not be too far. Oh, no, there's no way. No, I couldn't make that jump. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back for it later. Yeah. Okay, well, let's try doing it this way, I guess. I will try a different way, though. From here. Trying to draw, and I know this does not work. Trying to jump from this platform does not work because you're too high. I've done it from that platform a million times and it does not work. So it's you have to do it from that one. It just making it to that one, that's tough. There's another platform that you might be able to get to from a different angle, I guess, But in any case, let's screw it. I need to stop looking at this and just get through this area because today is not the day for making complicated jumps or going to do complicated things. I couldn't even beat this guy here, so finally work on making it through this area, and then I'll worry about getting to the hidden stuff. That's way too far to jump, so yeah, this... Now I'm gonna drop down from here. Drop down, and then the further we get out, the better we can land on this. Yeah. I wonder if I can land on that one over there. I might be able to land on that platform instead of landing on the oh, I missed. Well. Alright, asshole. I'm done playing around with you. Fuck off. That's the monster that gave me all that trouble. Oh my god. What a joke. That was just... I guess we all have our bad days, don't we? Man. Okay, well, let's get this show on the road. Man, I'm just... Ugh. Anyway, so this area is where we ultimately need to go to progress into finally getting into the actual main body of Cathedral Ward. Here we go, there's one of these bastards. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, you know what? It's much better. Crows. You guys know how much I hate crows. And crows are one of the few enemies that are in the game throughout the whole game. They're honestly in the whole game from beginning to end. They're a constant enemy you will always have to fight. Whoa, hey there, Fido. There we go. There's gonna be a picture. Oh, that is one guy we do not want to mess with right now. And that is a kidnapper. But I do want to get the dialogue from the house here. So let me see. Because I'm being careful because of the patrol. There's actually another patrol down here. And it's not very big, and it's not really that threatening, but it's kind of comes from out of nowhere, so let's see if I can figure out where it is. The dog should have been with it, so okay, I think it's wherever it is, it's not here. Now here they come. So as you can see, as the night is going on, as you get deeper into the city, the people seem to be getting less and less coherent. Let's get into this one. This guy sounds like he's having a great time. But going back to the beginning of our playthrough today, when we met with Gilbert for the first time in a long time, he even mentioned that it looked like he wasn't going to last much longer. So, kind of gives you a hint that on the night of the hunt, it's not just the beasts you got to watch out for, but it seems like something is affecting the minds of just the population. Yeah, that's all he's got to say, so move on. There goes the search party. Now that guy, like I said, I do not want to anger that guy yet, but oh wow, there's more searchers over there. Okay. There's more to do in this area, but I'll come back here later, because ultimately I just want to open this up. This is where we're going. Or this is the main reason why we came down this way, for now anyway. We are headed this way. We're going to grab this item. And now, look at where we are. We are back at the very beginning of Cathedral Ward. And here is the gate. Remember that item I said costed 10,000 echoes as a key to this gate here? This is the way you can get around the other way. Once you beat the blood-starved beast and get the first chalice, that's what gets German to talk about the church hunter's workshop. And once he does that, that's what opens that door back there to the church hunter's workshop and lets you access that area. So anyway, we finally have this gate open, but we're not quite done. So there's this this church hunter right here. You know what? I'm gonna go around the hard way. Well, it would be the hard way, but now it's the easy way. Because there's one more gate I want to open while I'm here. Is there anything else that... no, that's it. So I'm sure you guys all remember this area. This was right at the beginning. We went up these steps and fought these two guys, although they were looking a little different, but yeah, they were over here. I knew there was one. There's another black messenger. Got 2 new items. I got 3 of 4 items for messengers in this session today. It's kind of crazy, but and the last one I apparently got last time and I didn't even notice. But yeah, now we got plenty of apparel for our messengers to wear, which is good because got to keep the messengers looking stylish. Now, now over here there is a new enemy. You notice that guy that was by the cart, he's not there anymore. But anyway, let's take care of what we got to take care of first. Get rid of this son of a bitch. It's a rifle spear. Almost got him in 1 hit. There we go. I love this weapon. It is so good. When you're fighting enemies other than beasts in particular, that's why this this item is really nice, because it's not serrated, it doesn't have any flame attributes, so it's not particularly good against beasts, but against any other enemies, it's very, very good. With that distance it can cover, it's an amazing weapon. So, anyway, now we're finally behind the gate over here. Take this guy out. Take out a couple more enemies while we're over in this direction. So, like I said, I'm not going to stream for too long today. I am going to cut the stream kind of short, but I am going to do a couple more things while I'm here. Like I said, I'm going to open up the pathway to the other direction. Oh shit, I didn't know he was coming back around already. Is he going to miss me entirely? Oh, he is. Sweet. Oops. Oh, whoops. Damn, man. That worked. Yeah, I'm just not on my game today at all, but god damn it, I'm gonna finish this freaking section. I'm sure you hear those chains rattling. That is one enemy I do not want to deal with right now. But he should settle down. Sweet, there's some blood vials. Now there's two of these church. I can't remember what these guys are called. But as you can see, they're definitely church members of the Healing Church in some form or fashion. There's one. There's our giant. But I'm not about to fuck with you, buddy. I'm not. Now this is gonna be where we head to get to the next area that we're gonna be passing through. But once again, we're not going there quite yet. This guy has a repeater pistol. I wish he dropped it. There's another guy, so let's see. Where we're going. Okay, now, actually, there's really two more gates that I want to open. Let's see what happens when we try to get here, though. So, the other way into Cathedral Ward's main area, which is this. This is where the Grand Cathedral is. Up those steps, that's the Grand Cathedral. There is a boss fight there, but it's a very... it's not really scaled for this point in time. Which is why the other area in that direction is the area I like to do first. So, we're gonna go and open everything up while we're here. So almost done. We're just gonna clear out this area. Damn it, stop posing. There we go. Get some quicksilver bullets. Forgot about this item. Man, we're getting a lot of cold blood, which is good because we can probably afford quite a few things after we get done here. And one of my favorite weapons became available when we got the get that badge that we got earlier. So, anyway. Here's another note. I forgot this was here. A watchman of Bergenworth guards the gate with a password. The secret adage of the Grand Cathedral. Yeah, now this is actually a really interesting message that is going to make no sense at this point, really, to anybody. But essentially, this to kind of simplify the reason this area is so important and why that's here. This area, the central point of Cathedral Ward, right here, basically with the Uden Chapel and everything, This area is like the center of a spider web, and just about every area in the game can be accessed from this sort of central point. Everywhere you need to go, all the optional areas, all the important areas, and yeah, so, but some are locked by different means. This one in particular is locked by a password, which the password is mentioned that it's a secret adage of the Grand Cathedral and the Healing Church. So, I'm gonna have to go and investigate the Grand Cathedral of the Healing Church to be able to get this passphrase so that I can enter the gate that leads to the area where Bergenworth would be found. Stop freaking posing. Don't get yourself noticed either. We're almost home free. Madman's knowledge. There is so much Madman's knowledge in this area, it's insane. But no. No. Oh shit! No, not dying here. Knife him. There we go. That'll work. Man, that was a close one. Now, if I had been using my new weapon, I could be doing damage like that. Although, once again, that kind of damage is only really good against enemies that have low flame resistance. But, oh jeez, that scared the hell out of me. I forgot he was there. You know, what am I doing? I should be going to... Oh, really? That still didn't hit? Here we go. We're going to transform this and mow him down. This weapon works particularly good against these guys because you close distance so fast. This is another really interesting area that we'll be tackling in the very, very first part of the next episode where we play. But this is the gate I've wanted to open. So now we can finally open this gate. This gate, if you remember... if we look down this way, this is where that first giant walks up the walkway, and when we came down and fought that ogre and went down through that area that was overlooking the Central Yharnam, that's where that leads. So, yeah, there's just one more item I want to grab while I'm here, and then I will finish up today's session with one last thing to do, which is more thick cold blood. See if that event that I was talking about early on that I was gonna do second is finally available yet. Whoa, Jesus! I thought we were saved. No. There we go. Okay. Man, today's just a disaster. You know what? I'm gonna save that for next time. This is the last thing I want to do right now is, There we go. There's some blood files. Although if I do it now, there is a chance that... Yeah, you know what? Screw it. This is one of those situations where I just can't tell myself no. I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see if it's oh man, I'm hitting the 1 hour and 20 minutes. Nah. We'll do it next time. I wanted to keep this a shorter session. I didn't want to do a really long session this time, so we'll keep it short. We did finish up 2 subplots, though, which was really nice. And not quite finished up, but we did the ending of one for sure. And then the second one, the one with Gilbert, that wasn't quite the conclusion, but there's only one more bit of dialogue that we can get from him before the conclusion. So that'll do it for this session. Sorry guys, I really was just not on my game today, and it's one of those days. I mean, I honestly, there's another reason why I kind of wanted to take a break from Bloodborne for a while, and I probably should have just done that today, but that's why I did start off. I can't say that I didn't start off this way, but I did start off the session today. Like I said, I'm not going to be streaming, for sure not going to be streaming tomorrow, and maybe not Monday either. If I do stream at all, it's going to be a different game. It's going to be probably a fighting game, but there won't be any Bloodborne tomorrow, or probably the next day. But Tuesday or Wednesday, we should be back with more Bloodborne. So thank you very much for watching. Again, I'm really sorry I kind of wasn't on top of my game today, but I should be back to good by the next session and feeling good as new after I've rejuvenated myself. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting the channel. I actually do have one more question for you guys. I'm going to start bringing this up in the near future more seriously, but if you guys have any opinions about this now, please do let me know. I'm thinking about starting to move some of my live streams, not necessarily all of them, but maybe even Bloodborne. I'm thinking about starting to move them over to Twitch. And I'm thinking about also starting a, some people have been doing vlogging channels. I'd rather not do vlogging, but something more in the vein of podcasting. I already have an idea in mind for what I'd like to do, but if you guys have any recommendations as far as the platform, or where you guys would like to see that stuff, please leave me a message and let me know in the comments. You can get a hold of me on PSN at AxumRed. That's my handle on PlayStation Network. Or you can reach me on Transatlantic Gaming's email address, because that's a Google Plus account, so you can reach me at that email, transatlanticgaming@gmail.com. Other than that, stay tuned for more games in the near future, and we will move on with the next session with finishing up some other little loose ends and moving on to our next area, which is going to be Hemwick Charnel Lane. So, I will see you guys very soon. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out, and have a great one.